YouTube, what are you saying? It's Carl Cheslov here, tarot reader, psychic medium, 15, 16 years. So I just made a little Facebook video. It's all about the Knight of Pentacles, which is about stability and security and true trust and faith coming from God. You know, I try to move from my connection to my spirit, my soul, and that connection to God. Doesn't always make logical sense, doesn't always make rational sense. I do it with my work, I do it with, my relationships, I do it with most things, my posts, my videos, my content, whatever it is. I try to go with God first. Because there's a game called backgammon, and I said this on the Facebook Live, right? And you have to get your pieces around the board home, and you don't want to leave them. You want to cover the pieces, because if there's one by itself, it's open, it's vulnerable. The other person could take it, it sends you back to the beginning, and you got to start again. So there are logical, rational moves, which is do this, keep yourself safe. But you don't want to move from fear. If your intuition is saying, I'm going to do this and this, I'm going to leave two pieces open because something in me is telling me that's the right thing to do, do it. Because you'll see afterwards how it was the right thing to do. You may get an intuition, go left. And then, boom, next moment, a car comes hurtling around the corner. This is what I said on Facebook. Smashes into the wall. You dodged it because all of a sudden your intuition just said left. Sometimes your intuition, once again, it doesn't make sense because it may tell you one thing and then 2 hours later tell you something different because the energy and the conditions around it have changed. I do believe in divine protection. I do believe in karma. I do believe in universal law. And I think, once again, if on some level you're moving from a space of connecting to that thing that's bigger and higher, you're not trying to hurt people. You're not trying to wound people. You're trying to move from a pure connection to something bigger. You're always going to be okay because that's your intention. That's where you move from. And if people drag you into their energy, that's going to go back to them. I've learned that the hard way in the last year. People pulling me into their energy, pulling me into their drama because, of their own shit. Unfortunately, if you are somebody who does the work that I do and you see people clearly, and also I'm quite vocal and expressive, other people don't like it. They don't like you holding a mirror up in front of them. They do not like it. I've been on the receiving end of it. And people who would rather close me down, shut me down, than me just being myself. Once again, I have navigated all of that with following my intuition and trusting my connection to God. Now, who knows? Still doing some things, but by the grace of God, go I. So that's that. If you want to work with me, carltreslove.com. If you want to give these videos, PayPal at carltreslove. Like I will always say, remember, all is good, all is God, all is love. Until we connect again soon in a wonderful, beautiful